I pushed the button, and the
You
button
push
is
a button.
and I
You
put the
push a button.
and I meant to get you impact
Oh
on top of it.
Lord,
But
we don't push button.
all right, let's. Oh, you probably have double of you. Let me. All right, let's just say something real quick.
¿Qué pasó?
Okay, we should have only one audio. I'm gonna check. Waiting for it to sounds when you say Capasso. Oh yeah, we got vocal. We got vocal. We're good. Um, I keep on
Yay!
forgetting headset and Discord all the same audio, so I had to turn off the audio so we're just not double coming with Corvo. But who can complain? All right, but everybody, thank you for coming to my channel. I'm here myself. Can you turn me down a little bit on your speakers?
It's not really. I don't have you turned up hardly at all, and the mic's like 3 feet away.
I somehow hear myself. It's not from mine this time. Okay, so thank you all for coming this evening. This is the Bear Thoughts channel. We usually do this every Friday at 5 o'clock CPT time here at the Bear Thoughts channel. Help us grow and help us get our name around by sharing it with your family, your friends, and be sure to hit the like button, leaving a comment down below. Any topic piece. If you want to be in the chat, be in the chat during this time. We are live, so if you have asked us any questions, get our opinions on a certain topic or a certain thing you want us to discuss, be sure to let us know in the comments down below or be it again in the chat. So we're gonna get before we get too deep in the weeds today. One announcement and only one really announcement because it's obvious announcements. I am now sponsored by Get You Impact. For those of you who don't know this, and you might say a streamer, but also content creator. As for Corvo, we're both sponsored by W, but I'm also now sponsored by Get You Impact. So by helping me and me helping you by introducing you to an amazing, awesome game, free to play, open world, RPG, action, co-op, you name it, with over 20 new characters in a new zone of Sumeru now available to you with pretty much honestly no pay to win options in the game, and you can gain all the characters and access by trying it today on your mobile device by clicking on the link in the description section, and that will send you either to, whether you're on phone, straight to the Android or iOS section, or if you're on PC, it should pull up a QR code. Be sure to download today. Hit level 6. You by doing so, you help me out greatly, and you let Get Your Impact know that we're here. We're trying to be like, what's way of saying legit? There's only way I can think of it, legit.
Yep.
Because I don't know.
Legit.
So by doing it, you let them know that they should do it more often. More sponsors. This honestly, I know Corvo, I've talked this to you 1,000 times, but this right here is, even if I don't complete all the goals, even though I would like to reach the goals, because by doing so it helps me and helps my my family, but also it also shows that I have, like, hey, I've been sponsored by this game and this company that me
Yep.
and you both love. Maybe it'll be a future thing, and
Yes.
maybe if we're lucky, Corvo would get one too. As we can all
Hey,
wish.
you don't think I didn't go check as soon as you said that shit?
I would have been elated for you. I to honestly have it on both sides and see what it could have happened. That would have been amazing. Both of us being sponsored by the same companies, but it's just, I guess I got fortunate. I don't know what the heck I did. And maybe I said something nice about Get You Impact. They went, you know what? Sure. It's only for 5 or 6 days, so here we go. How about it? Which is kind of honestly, like, I get it, right? They don't want to do it like for a long period of time. It's a small window. Not all sponsorships last a whole year. I get it. Sometimes there's a special window they want to do it, or there's a special time they want to hit new audiences. So hey, I'm not complaining. I would like them for be a sponsor from here on out, but it's not that, unfortunately. So that's gonna be it right there. But of course, as always, you have Corvo Ninja with us, which we caught his stream yesterday. You're getting closer to the end of that game. It is you're grinding and doing all the details. I don't know what you're gonna do next.
We still got a good piece to go. I mean, I was telling Lambino today that before we move on with the storyline, we will be acquiring a Doom Train. And that's going to be a bit of a hassle. Although we did get the Marble Tentacles required to summon him, so we have that. We should have stuff for Pipe. We have to have a special ring, and we have to go to a special location. But We can get him summoned, get him. He's a very nice Guardian Force GF to use because he hits the opponent with all the status effects at one time.
Yeah, yeah. I remember getting him when I first played the game. Like I said, I played it when it was the very first Final Fantasy game I ever played, and I went back and played all the other ones because I was just so curious about the world and about the gameplay, and found out there's almost no continuity other than summons and other few little small details like creatures and otherwise. But the getting all the summons was one of the things I was very interested in, but I did not 100% the game by unlocking all the special weapons and all the special gears, but getting
You seen what I did when I went to the mall? Every book they had I didn't have got bought.
yeah, so it was a hassle, but at least the trade is good. Unlike in Bayonetta 3, where there's a trade that you can use as a summon, and it sucks. I hate the train in that game. Oh, I don't know if you saw it or not. You literally have to control the path the train takes, and by jumping, you can make the train go up and go down. And like it's so hard to use. It's so confusing. It really is just terrible. And the game's making me play it in order to do some of the puzzles in the game or the challenges that you use a train in order to do it. And I'm just not having a fun time with that. But otherwise, the Bayonetta actor for the game is doing great. Game story is still good. But right now when it gets you impact, I had to play the game. Which is kind of a good timing considering that there literally is a drop going on to get you impact.
Yes.
And I got a sponsor to get you impact. So I'm technically kind of double dipping. I don't know how good timing for me, I guess. But yeah, now that I think about it, I wonder if I should just not stream in the Get You Impact category. And like just so everybody that's in the Get You Impact category is probably already playing the game. Maybe can hit new audiences. like everybody's watching already plays the game.
I don't know, but like I said, I will be in it to win it for a little while tonight. I'm doing the streamer event for them as is Stealthy, and I can't remember if you said you got into that or not.
Yes,
but
yes.
I am. If you look at the layout, it's like hit this amount of hours in stream, you get this. Hit this amount of hours in stream, you get this, and it's a cumulative.
Mm.
The highest is 30 hours that they have at the bottom. I am literally 11 hours from hitting the 30-hour mark.
Okay. All right. So, I don't want this to be like an ad section for it, but like I said, I don't know if you're watching the stream, I want to do a commercial for the Get You Impact, just have something like a little funny comical thing. And I want to kind of like fishing in the game, kinda hunting in the game, kinda co-op. Kinda. It's like just name all this stuff in the game and just like it's kind of there. But then as soon as it gets to pay to win, no. just cut it right there. Cause that's what everybody thinks it is, because no one really plays the game as much as me and you, and we realize it's none of that.
It's like Stealthy said, they assume because there is a way to spend some money in the game that money is to buys you stuff to make you godlike in there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not like that. It makes you pretty. It makes you really pretty.
Yeah. Or
but that's about all it does.
It helps you kill stuff faster, but you don't need to kill it faster. There's no time event in the game. Like this,
right.
You don't get no benefits from being stronger. Only benefit you get is you play the game for a shorter time. Instead of taking you maybe an hour to finish, it takes you 10 minutes. Congratulations, you beat time. Now what are you gonna do? Get off the game.
Right.
Well, that's the point of playing a game, was to play a game, not to just get on there and beat it in 10 minutes and get right back off of it. Boy, howdy. Oh, my life. Woo! I guess I got better things to do.
I'm telling you, I'm looking forward to the test runs tonight.
I bet you are. What 3D printing or in the game?
No, the test run in the game.
Okay, because I thought we were talking about
the 3D printing. I'm looking forward to what we discussed earlier, testing out that whole idea of glossiness and how that will translate. I have a piece that I've printed. It doesn't really go to anything, and I'm not really using it. So I think what I'm going to do is just wipe some clear over it and hit it in the curing chamber.
Mm.
And then later I'll show you like the side that wasn't hit and then the side that was hit. And you could tell me your opinion whether you think it looks shiny or not, clear or glassy or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so well today our favorite, or at least one of our favorite characters coming out. Um and we have another chance of getting her. And you got the last character, the Dendro Archon. Let's see, this time you get lucky and you get our Foxy Lady of Genshin Impact. And or if I will, because I didn't get her. I got Jean last time.
I didn't get her last time either. I don't remember who the hell I got, but I did not get her.
I got Jean last time, and this time I'm trying to get the Archon.
I will tell you
Dendro.
this though, there's talks of the Shogun rerunning
Yeah.
after this, and I would not want to be anybody between Stealthy and Wishes
The
because
last one.
this will be round 3 after the Shogun. And I be damned, I might even leave the room when she starts pulling just because I don't want to be there if it's a no.
Just like me with Guan Yu. Next time she comes out, it will be literally my number 4 time. I
Well,
have
I
yet to
mean,
pull her.
I can say I've been lucky thus far.
Mm.
So in the past 3 banners, I've done good. I've gotten Ganyu when I wanted to get Ganyu.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten oh crap. What was the other one?
Did you get Nalu or Nelu?
Nilu, yes, I
Nilu?
got Nilu when I
Okay.
wanted to get Nilu, and I got Nahida when I wanted to get Nahida. So we're gonna see if my luck holds out.
Well, that's pretty
The
much like
problem
Stealthy's luck.
is when I really want a character, I have a tendency to pre-prep for that character, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like every time I pre-prep, I get screwed. This time, I wasn't even intentionally going to pre-prep for Yaimiko. But then I got to looking at what she needed, and I was almost already pre-prepped, and I'm like, oh, man. Son of a bitch.
It's been a long time coming, and let's see what happens. Not like my spray booth fine. I can actually start coloring some of my 3D prints, and I can maybe actually be able to start printing her because I told myself I'm not gonna print anything else until I start finishing some 3D prints. Finishing some 3D prints beforehand because I have like 3 or 4 models just waiting for me to finish them and color them and paint them, and I'm like, can't just keep on printing them and not finishing them. They're just gonna be just sitting there, just all either clear coat or skin tone, and just sitting there the entire time with nothing about them going on. So I gotta get those going. Okay, so what is now that you've gotten finished? Because I saw you was watching you streaming, and I've been wanting to ask you, what was your final thoughts on the Dendro Archon storyline
Dude,
and the sky being fake?
I love the storyline. The sky being fake, I think, is a reference to what we see as the sky is really just a projection of the bottom of Celestia.
Mm.
I think they're not, I don't think it's like a literally, oh, the sky is falling, the world is fake. I think it's more like Celestia is above everything, and everything we see as the sky is a projection from them, so that we don't see Celestia.
Okay.
Also, what did you think about the tie-in with the heavenly principles? Because for a long time at the very beginning of the game, you don't realize that that god that bitch smacks you back down, that is that god. The heavenly principles is
Mm,
that god.
yes.
So, how do you feel knowing that the thing that she threatened the doctor with, the thing that most other gods would not dare fuck with, is the exact thing you're looking for?
Well, if I would have been there, I'm like, break it. Let's do this. I want my brother back or sister or whoever.
But
I
here's
want
the
another piece
question.
of that round
Here's the
2.
question. Here's the question. Is it really your brother or sister now that we know certain information?
Yeah, it's kind of confusing. They are a part of this world as if
No,
they
no,
were like recreated.
no. He or she, depending on which one you're playing,
Mhm.
is, but you're still not.
Yeah. So
So,
was
like the heavenly principles is technically a descender,
yes.
is from what we understand. So there's been four descenders, but your sibling is not counted as one of those.
Mm.
So, and Irminsul recorded information on it, which means must be part of this world because it can't record information on you.
So question is either A, brother or sister was either had kids and reincarnated somewhere down the line, or they were rebuilt to be a part of the world, or the heavenly principle somehow like reverted them back to back to child and they were reborn into the world. There's so many
There's a bunch
possibilities.
of stuff, but there's the biggest thing that I gather out of it. Okay, this is what I'm understanding
Hmm.
that um you have the abyss, and the abyss, the knowledge and power from it is technically not up to that either.
Mm.
Okay, and then you have the forbidden knowledge, which tainted Irminsul, and then you have. It sounds like to me like an infection in a body. If you think about it, everything that bad has happened either because of descender, something not of this world, forbidden knowledge, not supposed to be a part of this world, or the abyss, not a part of this world.
Mm.
Every time something that is not supposed to be a part of the vet has something to do with the vet has a catastrophe, an event in its history.
Mm.
Conria, the Archon War, all that shit. Every bit of it has been linked to either a descender or the forbidden knowledge or the infection in Irminsul or whatever. But all of that source is always from somewhere else.
Yeah, as if the descenders brought it to that, and that knowledge and information has started to collapse their world, maybe, or they know something about, like, let's say, the god, um, and that knowledge is being um heavily
And I love
guarded.
how they reference that your sibling took the same trek that you're taking across all seven nations, but somewhere towards the end of their trek, something changed completely
Yeah,
and changed the entire outlook of your sibling.
and but somehow, like, because the sibling definitely acts like they know you, and like, hey, we are connected, we are siblings, but at the same time is they act such hostile and
I feel I feel like that all of it boils down to the first descender, the heavenly principles.
mhm,
Because when you're being told the information about what happened with Conria and the gods going to Conria to destroy Conria, they didn't choose to go there. They were told to go there by the principles.
yeah,
Because the heavenly principles and the gods went there, except for, of course, A, because Makoto went off and did it herself this time, and Ruka Devada because she was dealing with the infection in Irminsul.
yeah.
Everybody else went there because they were ordered to go there. And I feel like they would have never went there and destroyed Conria if they hadn't been forced to do so.
Mm.
So I feel like all of this crap just boils down to the ego of this one individual god, whatever you want to call her, him, it. Um, and then of the fact that Conria was living without gods. They weren't hostile to gods, but they didn't worship gods either.
Yeah,
You know, they were doing their own thing. And I wonder if that was diminishing the power of the heavenly principles, and that's why all this shit went down.
possibly. Okay, so the other theory, you got the fake sky. Now you gave your idea of the fake sky. Let me give you my idea. My idea still boils back to the castle that's in the sky that everybody can see from pretty much any vantage point. And I've read the mangas. I don't know if you've read them yourself, but I've read the mangas. And in the story of that castle in the sky, it's supposed to be like a place of the gods, and if you hit a certain threshold of power, you're invited up there as like, hey, you're now one of us. You're strong as could be. You're invited to the castle in the sky. Come visit us. But in reality, the fakeness that's in the sky, or the sky being fake, is it's not like a palace. It's a prison. That if you get up there, they know you're too strong. They'll prison you up there. You're not allowed to escape afterwards. That's where some theories that I've heard before, that people, it's not a welcoming thing, it's a bad thing. So maybe that's still true, because they said the sky is fake. And all they can see in the sky that could be very much fake, because it looks like a castle, but actually it's just one big old prison cell. You got too strong, you're too powerful, we can't have that. Get in jail. Um, and that could be it. I don't know. Now the last thing I had to think about is the creation of the new god, or in his word, in his ideology, he's become as a god. Now he got the power from the um chess piece. What's the name of those
The
things again?
gnosis.
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 Okay, so the gnosis was taken away from him. Was he no longer a god, or is he still a god? My
Not a god,
Not a god.
but more than human.
Yes. So, okay. So with Gnosis, he was God. He's extended. But with Gnosis, he's not God. So is the whole theory behind someone becomes a god when they reach a certain power level? Is it like, bam, you are now god level? It's like Super Saiyan. You just power up and now you're a god. I and all it takes is to take away your Gnosis and your lost godly power or godlyhood. That's kind of like, um
But see that would actually kind of make sense if you think about it,
mhm,
because look at what happened to Venti. He retained more power than a normal mortal,
mhm.
but he's not god level anymore because his gnosis is gone.
Yeah.
Same thing with A. A was, I mean, shit. We seen what she could do when her gnosis was safe. She's not the same now as she was then. Granted, I would still wouldn't fuck with her very much because I'd be scared she'd whip out that sword and beat my ass. But not the point. Every time a god loses its gnosis, they become a little less than what they were. Now, does that mean? I don't know if that necessarily means they're not a god anymore. I just feel like they don't have as much juice as they did.
Mm. Maybe
I
they
mean,
keep
think
a
about this. The Akasha was running off of Nahida's Gnosis.
yeah, okay.
That huge machine that was gathering all that knowledge and filtering it all down to everybody and making all these things possible, was capable of stealing people's dreams and all, was powered off of her Gnosis.
Yes, but she knows where it is. Um,
But no, her Gnosis is gone.
I thought she traded the Litro Gnosis.
She traded both.
She traded both?
She traded the Electro Gnosis for one piece of information, and then he offered her another offer for information pertaining to the fake sky and shit for her gnosis.
That is that's not worth the trading.
No, it wasn't. But no, there isn't. She doesn't have a gnosis.
Okay.
He
I was
he
wondering
pretty
because
much told her, if you're going to turn off the Akasha, what real point is there for your gnosis at this point? I
power.
can offer you knowledge that you don't even have
Mm,
for your gnosis, and she's the goddess of wisdom. She's curious. She can't help it. It's knowledge I don't know about, something I don't fucking know.
mm.
Hmm. You know, all that knowledge she was spitting out about Irminsul and the Descenders and and our sibling being able to be recorded, but we couldn't, all that shit. Where do you think she got it? She got all that gnosis from the doctor, all that information from the doctor after she traded gnosis. He gave her pretty much a big ass download of info that she had no clue about.
Okay. I wonder if her previous self, it is for her previous self, knew this information. Like, already knew the information, and since she was pretty much reborn, she just forgot it. I don't know. It's a thought experiment, but it's already too late. The gnosis is gone. Now the Fatui has 1, 2, 3. We're going on
4.
4. Yeah, 4 gnosis. This is great. They're almost at the full set. Next, I'm gonna make a chess piece.
We're heading to Fontaine next, so I imagine they're gonna have the hydrognosis shortly.
Yeah. Okay. So definitely interested in Fontaine, but I would like to just experience more. This desert zone has so much to it that I feel like they can definitely deep dive into it. Because I just experienced what you're probably gonna experience later, or you've already experienced it, whatever I'm talking about. The Golden Throne and the dream world that the person went himself into.
Oh, too fool.
Yeah. That's some scary stuff. But at the same time, I would like to know more about that. I want there to be like a redemption arc. I want to save Daddy. Okay?
Yeah.
Daddy was a dick.
Yeah. Stealthy is the same way. And she managed to get back in there.
Oh,
She
did?
upgraded her tablet all the way, did everything needed, and she could go back in.
Okay, but no Daddy, right?
No Daddy. Not yet. We haven't had that arc happen yet, but man, that pissed me off so bad.
Like, they're doing a good job. I've said this before. They're doing a good job at storytelling. That's great. They're doing a good job at making me care about non-essential plot characters or playable characters in the game. I don't mind that. Would I rather them be playable characters that I fall in love with and love this story and get the whole backstory, get emotionally attached to them, and then later on unlock them to be able to play? Yes, I would love that. But I will take that this is a story of a character that I maybe will see in the future. Quotation marks. It's a big if, but if it's an if, I want to go save Daddy. Daddy needs to get out.
Oh yeah, I bet. I could be in Fontaine and let that quest open back up. Yeah, whatever's going on here, y'all gotta wait. I'll be back. Okay.
Yeah.
Finish business.
Yeah. We gotta stream. We gotta save Daddy and let him keep his promise. I am all about keeping my promise. I said it before. Don't say a promise you can't keep. And if you do it, you gotta go through with it. And that's like it hurt me when he was like, he's never broken a promise, ever. And he's like, this is the one time I gotta break a promise. I'm like, whoo, that hit different. That hit different.
It hit you right about here. You're like, oh.
Yeah, so we got the quest line for that. Then we got the quest line for the Dendro Archon. We got the mushrooms coming out. There's no one can say there's no content. Now, is there a lot of could this be all done in maybe a TV series? Yes, it could, because there's not very much of action going on. Maybe some puzzles, but otherwise a lot of this happening. So but I still want to be a part of it. It feels good to play in the story. It feels like I have some role in the story too.
Don't try me. You know damn well if they release Genshin Impact anime tomorrow, your ass would be trying to find a way to get it.
Yeah,
I ain't lying.
Yeah,
because you think about it. You would get to see Eula do her own thing. You have to control her. Just thickness everywhere.
Just
Shinha foot stomped the ocean.
But the trailer for the Genshin Impact, for those not know, there is a Genshin Impact anime in the works. The trailer for the thing looked like a movie, but it is still a trailer. So they're gonna draw it in the best thing that makes it have the best chance of people being hyped for it and make it look amazing. I just want to see the actual footage of an actual scene in the show so I can cross-reference whether or not they kept to their word of this is how it's gonna look, because I want that look. That trailer was amazing. You like anime? Go look it up. It is. Some people don't like it because it didn't have that the trailer does, and have that like that thick black outline, classic, anime styling to it. It has a little bit more, I would say CGI, but a little bit more old painting. Maybe Studio Ghibli, but a little bit more realistic added to it.
I liked it. I
Yeah.
loved it.
I liked it. Even the Paimon, even though it kind of reminded me like a Pokemon scene from a Pokemon movie, popping in front of you, and then fly away. It's like, okay.
I want to grab her by her wings and throw her and go, Paimon, I choose you.
Yeah. Boop. Oh, yeah, you're in prison forever. You're not coming out. Um, ever. So it definitely, yeah.
Until I get hungry.
Yeah, like I would definitely watch it. But it's nice to be able to play in this story. It's nice to get in there, and actually be involved with this story. We said it last time we were in the podcast that if we can choose what happens in this storyline and actually like play through it as if it's a movie, but we to choose what happens, we would choose and pay for the consequences of it. But get you an impact, really. Let's be honest here. Any multiple choice doesn't really matter what happens. It's still all gonna it's all gonna work no matter what. Even though I do like the I know you've seen it in your last gameplay where you're able to have like the multiple choices and you gotta choose the right choice for the talking piece when you're doing the storyline for Nilu. What you think of Nilu's storyline? I know there's a lot of get you an impact, but I've been catching up with all or you've been catching up with all the things I've already got past them. The Nilu storyline. Okay. I saw at the very end. Let's start with this first. The very end, where Paimon is in the background talking with the daughter while you're talking with daddy. I was going, is Paimon gonna tell the daughter to go like murder her dad? Like, is Paimon actually like this evil little thing that we all think she is? He's like over there, like just go like, just kill your dad. Just go ahead, just stab him. He won't care. He think you get all warm to him and just kill him. I don't know if you see the picture though. I posted in my Discord the other day of the ginger what's Nahida brain reading Paimon, and the next thing you see Paimon like not Paimon, Nahida like freaking out, and Paimon with red eyes going. I think Paimon's like secretly is the god, either in younger form or she's pretending like she doesn't know nothing, but she's actually is.
Discussion. We've had that discussion.
So every time I see Paimon talking with somebody in the background, I'm going, what's Paimon saying back there? She whispering bad thoughts in people's ears. So yeah, what do you think of Nahida's storyline when it comes to the expression of art? I was me being an artist, I was all about it. I'm like, I would choke somebody if they tell me my art isn't knowledge.
Yeah, we fitting to throw down at that point. No, dude, I loved the entire Archon storyline for her. They had me from 10 minutes in wanting to go and raise that fucking place to the ground to break her out. And I had to wait days. It was so wrong.
It definitely was. This is for Nikita's.
I tell you something though, it taught me something.
Mm.
Alhaitham is not a person you want on the opposite side. Because that bitch planned that shit out to a fucking T.
Yeah, he knew them a little too well. He knew what they would do. And when like the whole like, oh, I'm betraying you, I'm like, Paimon, shut up. Paimon, shut up. Like, I don't like this is the setup. This has to be a setup. No way he's betraying us. No way. And then at the very end, I'm like, wait, did he actually betray us? Like, I actually like for a second there thought, like, wait, did he? No way. Like, no, Paimon, shut up. He did betray. No way he wouldn't do that. And then like they did like, oh yeah, okay. You had me going. You had me going. Yeah, like, yeah.
It messed with you for a minute.
It had me going. I'm like, this motherfucker might have actually betrayed us. Damn. Nope. I was like, okay, well, shit. This guy, I would hate to bet anybody that can literally, like, foresee what I would think as if I'm some master plan. I foresaw what you thought. No. But I saw you foreseeing that thoughts and perceiving that I would do this and then you would do that. So I proceed to do this so I could do this. It was like, oh, that's fucking 6D chess, and I'm not good at it. I'm not good at 1D. Okay, so yeah, it's very frightening. And the people out there, really out there in real life that just know you so well that when you do something, they perceive it for you to do it, even though you perceive to not do it just to fool them, but they know you would change it and just so they can get it one up on you. And that's frightening. I sometimes have that to my wife when she does something. I'm like, honey, yeah, I knew you would do that. So I went ahead and did this and then I knew you would say that, so I wouldn't change. Yeah. It's so weird. But I loved it. And I hope more story because I want to know about his roommate though. You see roommate, right?
Yeah, I did see the roommate. Everybody wants to know about the roommate. I don't give a shit about the roommate. I hate them.
Yeah, I hope it would be nice, but roommate showed up looking like house moving castle, and I went, "What the? Hello, who's this? Who this? Who this? Brother? Maybe brother? Nope, roommate. Okay, little weird, but right, we got
Just remember,
roommate."
I accidentally took both keys when I left the house.
I laughed when I heard about that. Accidentally took both keys. Huh? I'm like, what a dick.
This is why I don't like discussing things with you.
Yeah, and then Nahita's like, I want to tell everybody thank you for rescuing me. Do it yourself. Okay, I'm gonna take your body. What? I don't know about the traveler, but if I was a travel situation and some guy just going, yeah, I'm gonna borrow your body. Thanks. Okay. No. Ask before you do that. That's invasion of privacy. I am not down for God just possessing me. I don't care. I want to say thank you for. No, no, no. Get your ass down here. You go. You can go talk to the people about their dreams, and that's just fine. But you can't thank the people that saved your life in person. You little shit. I felt like felt bad. I'm like I get it, but I'm a person of you need to be in person when you say thank you to somebody. You got to be in there in person.
Agree that after her when the words come up, after she realized that we were right and they weren't gonna freak out, she did come in person later for a little while.
Okay, gotcha. Wow. No voice
She
line. I
was
didn't
just
read it.
she had genuine concern in it, and as I guess as a god, as an archon, I could see her having a concern. There's so much, you know, they're so placed on a pedestal. She was concerned that if she showed up, that her presence would ruin the event because they'd all be too, oh, it's the god, oh. And she's like, I don't want to do that. It's not
Mhm.
what I want to do. But after she realized we were right, she's like, oh, okay, I can go just chill and hang out and they'll be good. Okay.
um, I I know you have her. Next time you get your impact, try to see if you can read Paimon's thoughts and tell me what they say. Kind of want to know because I don't got her and I can't get her just yet because she's gone now. But I wanted someone to keep track of that. I feel like over time, if you use the Hita and you read Paimon like every patch, 'cause I don't know if you've noticed this yourself. When you each time a new patch happens and you go back to your teapot, and if you have Paimon in your teapot and you go talk to her, she has new lines every time there's a new patch or story going on in the game. So it's never the same stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah, I went back there and we literally talked about Nikita and one of the storylines was going on. I think it was with Nikita and some other things were going on that I knew wasn't there previously. I'm like, wait, these are new lines. Looked up and like, sure enough, it was new lines. So they are at least keeping up with that. There is some continuity, even though honestly, there's some parts Genshin Impact continuity, just like any other game. They just go, you know what? Yeah, so what? This happened beforehand. We don't need to worry about it now. Continuity out the window. Just forget about that. People don't need the rug. We don't need to worry about that at all. Because it can be a bit confusing. And I'm a person that I'm a little stickler with kind of stuff like that. Because if something happened prior and then you play later on and it's no longer in the timestamp, I'm going, okay, where is this in the storyline? And yeah, that wouldn't be there no more. That bugs me. Okay, so you got anything topic? I feel like I'm the one talking about Get You Pack. I'm loving the game
Well,
right
I
now.
mean, we can look at the so let's hit on let's hit on some other games. What do you got?
Okay, so as you well know, because I haven't slept yet, yay me! I actually started replaying a game that my brother got me addicted to. Thank you, brother. My oldest brother, a long time ago, and he gave me. You know what disc are? We're old enough to know what disc are, but those who are too young in your generation, there used to be these round things that yes have a shiny side and a non-shiny side. So yeah, he used to put them inside of a device, and they would spin and read from the little shiny stuff. Anyway, so I used to have a disc, and my brother gave me all of his games for his PC. He gave me his Warcraft, his Warcraft 1, his Warcraft 3, I believe. He gave me some other games that StarCraft games, and then he gave me one game in particular, Age of Empire. And for those who do not know, Age of Empire is like I would say the poor man version, but it is the more historic version of StarCraft. You build an army, you farm for materials, you farm for gold, you farm for rocks, and you build characters and you send the characters off for an army. And I forget how like detailed and like the complexity of this game. It literally took me from 10 o'clock this morning, maybe a little bit before that, all the way up to like 3 o'clock this evening to beat one round. And I don't know how many hours that is, but that feels like way too long for one game. And I lost my track of time. Have you ever played any games like that before that you just haven't played
Yeah.
in years and you just
Yes.
picked up and you've realized
Yes.
what you've been missing?
I did that. Not when I did my stream for Septerra's Core, but way back when I played Septerra's Core the second time. Because I had
Mm.
played it one time and I took my time playing it. The second time, I already kind of knew stuff. So started playing it and kept on rolling and kept on rolling. Next thing I know, the sun had went down, it'd come back up. It was lunchtime, it was dinner time, the sun's going down again. I was like, holy shit, at some point I have to stop.
Mhm.
Like the dude in the back of your head is screaming, "Hey, stop!" And your hands are just like, "No, but I can't. I just need to get this one more material."
Like, even though there's save points in my game, I'm sure there's save points in your game, right? You save it. You come back to it later. You don't need to keep on going. My brain went, but I want to beat it. I want to
Yeah,
win. It's not really competitive. Okay, I've always said this in the past before. Not every single game has to have competitive PvP scenarios, and you have to beat other players. Sometimes the AI is enough to enjoy the game, and they will still beat you if you don't beat a certain scenarios. Like in this game, of the map I was playing on, I had to free 4 towns that were being occupied by enemy troops. 4 towns.
right.
Okay, that was one thing. And then I had to protect 2 of my allies that weren't attacking. All they were doing was defending. I had to protect them while going around defeating the enemies that was attacking them and freeing the 4 other villages in town and building up my army and moving them from place to place because they don't just teleport everywhere. They walk their little happy asses all across the map until they get to the other side of it. And it's not just a hop, skip, and a jump. So, and of course, the AI back then, I don't know about the game, but the AI, for some reason, they would go forward and they'll turn around and go forward and go turn around. Or I tell them to go this way and they go the exact opposite way to go to that path. You click on the map, right? And they'll go there, but they'll go like the dangerous way. I'm like, no, 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 no. Turn around. Go around that way. And I just, but yeah, there's saving points in the game. So why not just stop and pick up where you are?
You can't help yourself.
You're having fun.
You become a slave to your own ambition.
Yeah. But in an actual PvP game, the usual thing is, you know, go to bed. I can't. I'm playing in a live match. I can't go to bed in a live match. I can't leave the match. I'm playing online. There's no pause in a PvP or live action game. Blah blah blah. Right? That old excuse. But nowadays is like that don't very much exist very much anymore. A save point, right? Unless the game has auto save in it, or you play Genshin Impact that don't have it save it. It just remembers where you were. But those old games, you forget that you could just save it and pick it up from there later on. You don't need to keep on going. And I think that's a good thing. I think games should have that again, where you might want to like you need to go on with your life. You need to get to bed. You need to stop what you're doing. And
Do you know how many times? And one of the reasons I slacked off playing Destiny. Do you know how
mm,
many times it was like a Tuesday? We all got together, started playing Destiny. And it was like 3 o'clock suddenly, and it was like, holy shit, I have to be up for work in 3 hours. And I would go like grab a 2 hour power nap, go to work, be sitting in my desk going, why the fuck do I do this to myself?
yeah, there's no just stopping. Like, all right, guys, okay, we made it to the second boss. Let's just pause it here. We'll pick it up later this evening. No,
It's really bad. I mean, if you think it's bad playing something like Age of Empires, just imagine having like that group of friends and y'all are really good together.
yeah,
So shit's just rolling and y'all are communicating and shit's just popping and you're having a good time. And then imagine looking out the window going, why the fuck is the sun up? Oh shit, I gotta be at work in 10 minutes.
and you don't always get that too, right? You don't always get to play with your friends,
No,
especially
you don't.
especially when you're really you work good with each other, or if it's a LAN party, or in your case, a actual co-op, gameplay where you
Yeah.
actually play with each other, and actually have a reachable goals. Genshin
I tell
Impact,
you,
please do it.
do you know what hurt me more than anything? What game hurt me worse than any game I've ever done when it comes to being able to go to work the next morning?
What was that?
Wii bowling.
Wii bowling? Why?
Because at the time I had a friend that was living with us. I'm not going to say his name, but he was living with us, and so we would come. I would come home, and he liked to cook like I do, like you do. So he would go down and help me cook dinner real quick. We come back, eat dinner, and we pop open, a 6 pack of beer, and then me and him and Stealthy would start we bowling, and we would bowl, and we would bowl. We bowled one time so long that I got up. It was a Saturday night, and I
Yeah.
left their asses there bowling. I said, I can't do this shit no more. I got to go to bed.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna die.
that makes me think. Do you think the co-op play of video games make you play video games longer than solo gameplay does?
If you're having a good time, the group is good, and they're all gelling, and it's not toxic. Hell yeah. I mean, think about it. Think about this. Think about if me and you were to log in to Genshin and it was completely co-opable, right?
Yes.
Storyline and all. And I've got my 2 person, they work well. You got your 2 person work well, and all 4 of them together are just amazing. And we're just steamrolling shit, and we're laughing, and we're having a good time. You're less likely to want to leave that environment than if you're sitting there doing it on your own because you might be still having fun and you may be steamrolling. But at some point, you're going to get like, I kind of wish there was someone to talk to,
Yeah, that's why
someone to
that's
hang
why
out with.
that's why
So
I love.
then you'll kind of withdraw from the game and you might stop.
Yeah.
But when your friends are already there and you don't have to go nowhere, shit.
That's what I like about streaming. That's one thing I've always said I like about streaming.
Well,
Even though I'm not playing with other players all the time, I like the communication. It feels like I am with my friends hanging out and we're watching someone playing the video games. I did that all the time when I was younger. So it wasn't like
and
anything
that's
new to
one of the
me.
reasons why recently my streams have went longer and stuff because people are now coming in. They're talking.
Mm.
So I like to talk to someone while I'm playing. But you know as well as I do, if you're not talking to me, I'm probably going to be quiet.
Yeah.
I like to have a conversation. I'm not one of those people that just sit there and just start making shit up to talk out, to make noise. I have never been one of those people. Like if you sit me in a room alone with a TV and a game controller, you're probably not going to hear shit out of me unless something bad happens, and then you might hear "son of a bitch" or something. But for the most part, it's going to be quiet because I'm focusing on what I'm doing because there's nobody to talk to. So now I'm hyper focused on it.
Mm.
But like now here lately with streams, like you'll be there Lambino will be there. Willie might pop in. You know, you guys will pop in and y'all talk, and it gives me someone to talk to. And hell, I'm more likely to stay now because I have a conversation. There's a community to talk to, you know? And I enjoy the talking back and forth and the stories and someone telling me, yeah, I just burnt my chicken, damn it, or something, you know? It's good stuff. It's what you miss when you play games alone.
Mm.
And I'm going to tell you, up until probably my 20s, 90% of the video games I played was right by myself. Because my siblings were all older than me and moved off and had families and shit.
Yeah.
Most of my friends, they were off doing their own thing. So when I played video games, I was pretty much by myself. It wasn't until really I moved across the street from a friend of mine. And we started like I'd take my console over to his house and we would sit and play games. You know, while his wife did night shift, so I'd go to his house when I got home. We would help him. We'd make dinner, get his kids fed, and then we would sit down. We'd play video games most of the night. It wasn't until that point that I realized, oh shit, this could be really fun if there's people along with you. And then when Stealthy came into the picture and she got into playing video games and we started playing together, oh god, especially when we played Fiesta, because we played Fiesta for years after we first got together, and it was a daily thing, son. We were in there, we were hard grinding, we was pumping it out, we was getting shit done, and we had a blast. And then some bad stuff happened, and we kind of let off of Fiesta a little bit because of the bad stuff. It pulls at our heartstrings to play that game now.
Yeah.
And we went on with life as normal. We do a little console gaming here and there, but I started looking for something for us to play together, and then we found Destiny, and that filled the gap for a while. And then eventually, you finally got me to play Genshin. She played. I think she was already planning to play it, just hadn't done it yet.
Yeah. He was waiting.
And so we got into that, and here we are today. I'm now an affiliate, and we're churning along, you know?
Yeah. Okay, so for me, for video games, like me and my brothers were playing for a little bit. And my oldest brother got me into video games. He's a lot of my inspiration for a lot of things in life. We don't always see eye to eye nowadays, but it's a memories that I hold dear to me. And later in life, we didn't play video games together nearly as much as we did for like we once did. Then I got a neighbor that was just like right next to me that played Super Smash Brother, and I started playing Super Smash Brother with him. Like every time I get out of school, I used to like run home so I can catch a new episode of Pokemon, and then I go over to his house and we play Super Smash Brother for a while, and I go back to my house and play it by myself. And then when I got to high school, I made friends with my closest friend Michael Guerrero. If anybody knows that story, may he rest in peace. But we used to go to his house pretty much every weekend or every other weekend. We order like a couple pizzas. We would all bring our Xboxes together, and then Xbox linked to each other's Xboxes so we could play, versus each other. Have a TV in one room and a TV in another room, and we would just be screaming at each other as we play multiplayer. And then when we're done playing multiplayer, we play like the as you well know, the hardest difficulty on Halo and see how far we can make it. And the madness that would pursue behind that. And then we just joke around, shoot the shit all night, and just have a good laugh. It was a lot of good memories for me, and that would keep me up for hours and days. But my game that got me going for probably the worst of my life was probably a classic for everybody, World of Warcraft. I would play that game for hours and hours, days and days, and I wouldn't probably get very much good sleep. And when it came to raiding time, I was serious can be. With PvP, I was serious can be. When I was out in the world, I was PvPing, I was doing quests, I was constantly going, and that online community, that community of players, people playing with each other, making friends, and growing in this world and experience was what really pulled us to go even longer than old games where we could just go, all right, pause. I'll see you
And
tomorrow.
see, that community was within Fiesta for me and Stealthy, I would say, because we made a lot of friends in there. Few of them we met in real life, a few of them we didn't, but
Hey, sorry, say hello to the chat.
Hey, hi, everybody.
Thank you for joining us today. But yeah, the community. Go ahead, go about the community. Met some of them in real life. I never met any people I hadn't met in real life, even though I was friends with them for a good while afterwards. I still have one of them that I still remember to this day. His name on BattleNet was someone. I know the name is weird, but his literal name was someone, and he had a wife. He hit me up a couple months back and told me that him and his wife got divorced, which actually kind of made me sad because they were they were so much fun to hang out with and talk shit with and joke around. And when you lose that connection with somebody and then you come back several years later to that community and you see that community is no longer there, it's like,
Yep. I'll tell you another thing that'll devastate you is to have someone that you're used to being there and
mhm,
then they're suddenly not there
yeah,
for whatever reason, whether it be life just got in the way or whatever. You come to feel like that's a part of your family in there,
mm.
and then when they're not there, you're like, "What the fuck? What? Huh?"
Yeah, I could totally get that because that's how I feel sometimes when I play any Halo game and I go, damn it, I wish Michael was still around.
Yeah.
Because that would I would play with him every single day, and I'm sure the same thing would be with you and your old friend. You would be still playing this game to this very day, or they say, hey, hop on. You'd be like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah, without a doubt, there is definitely a friend that should that person would or could, should I
yes.
say, be able to get a hold of me and stuff and be like, "Hey, raid Leviathan Nest." Now it'd be like, "All right, hold on, let me find my 150 character. I dust the rust off here. I'll be there in a minute." You
Yeah.
know,
You find a way to do it. And I've always
you're
said
damn right.
if those people were still alive to this day, you best believe I would be hitting them up for streams. I'm like, bro, we gotta get on streams. And that's why
And see, that's what I'm saying. I kind of wish you could have been involved in some of that
yeah.
because the way you talk about raids and stuff, dude, there are some raids in that game. Oh my Jesus.
But it's
There's some smaller raids where just your party can do it, and then there's some raids where it's like, all right, so um we're gonna get all these houses together, and then we're gonna all go in here, and there's gonna be like 60 of us, and two of us is gonna live.
yeah, I've always said if World of Warcraft ever goes free to play, um I might become a World of Warcraft streamer. Just because there's just sometimes I just go, I miss it. I miss it. But it's then I go back to play it. I go, why did I miss it again? Oh yeah,
I
it's
feel
not
the same
quite
way
there
with
no more.
Fiesta. I mean, I miss Fiesta some days. Would love to do it. I just have a hard time getting past some emotional stuff to be able to play that game.
Mm, okay, I can see that. For me, it's just it's not the same community. All my friends are no longer there. It's not that I'm antisocial. I can't make new friends. You can make new friends pretty easily. I tell anybody out there, if you play video games, make friends. Make friends. Don't matter if you don't have. Let's say all your family are gone, your mom, your dad, all of them are gone. Make friends because they become your new family. You can play games with them. It's a way of bonding. World of Warcraft VR. I never leave my house. Sadly. Hey, some people just need that little virtual reality. If a game like Sword Art Online ever comes out without the whole "I will kill you" bullet train thing, I don't know if you've seen the goggle VR headset. Apparently, someone made out there. If you actually wear it and play a video game, you die in a video game. Apparently, these pistons will shoot into your skull and kill you. I don't know why someone would make that, but apparently, someone made it as
That's a
if
dumbass.
that. Yeah, why? Why would you be like it's it's just like the real thing? Huh? I'm sorry, but I thought video games were supposed to be escapism, not killism or masochist. I don't know what you would call that. That makes literally no sense. I don't care if you're betting me $10 billion. Play this game, you survive. You play the game, you win. You don't die, get $1 million. You die, you lose, and you die for real. No. So that's talking about the real Hungers games. So yeah, I would love a VR game thing someday, and maybe like Sword Art Online or Overlords. That'd be great, but that's a little far away right now. But I think connection with the community, that's why I love streaming, is because I can play with some friends sometimes, but sometimes I just want to just want to shoot the shit while I'm playing the game because that's what I used to do all the time a lot. And it's one of those things that I'm comfortable with. It feels like my friends are sitting beside me and watching me as I play the game, and we all make fun of me as I suck at a game or I do good. It feels good when you do something amazing. Um, but I do get it, and some games do keep me up for hours, and I love it. But I know in reality, it's not a good thing. Like when you're younger, you don't really care because nothing else to worry about.
I hate to tell you this, but it's about your bedtime, bro.
Yeah, it is. Uh I haven't been asleep yet. I've been up probably in another two, maybe one more hour. I've been up for like 24 hours. I haven't been to sleep yet because I was playing a game, and that's the trouble with it. I should have done a 24-hour stream. I probably could actually made it. I was actually waiting for my wife to get home this morning. Apparently, she had a little meeting for her job, and then she was like, "I'll get some food on the way home." So she got some food on the way home, and then I ate, and which gave me more energy. And somehow I was so fixated in the game, I just lost track of time and went. And I got a message from you going, "Yeah, I'm here." I went, "Wait, today's Friday." Shit. I'm like, "Well, guess I going to sleep now." Okay, one more time. This will be the last time, I swear. If everybody does not know, I am now sponsored by Genshin Impact. Links down description down below. If you have not tried the game today, if you do not have no account at all, go to the link down below. If you're on phone, it'll pull up the iOS or Android for it, or if you're on PC, it'll pull up QR code. Please get your friends and family and help my channel grow. And by sharing not only the link, but sharing this podcast for everybody to let us know that we're doing something good here. I hope we're doing something good here. I think we're having a good time.
Right, we are.
And of course, by doing so, it would also help support this channel by our sponsors. And for Corvo and me, we're both also sponsored by Dubby, and that will also be down below. Corvo's QR code or coupon code is Corvo Ninja, right? Am I saying that right?
Yeah.
And mine is Grumppybear, all spelled the same way with two P's instead of just one. So quick thing on there. Okay, so Corvo, you're streaming tonight. You're gonna be streaming some more Genshin Impact, right?
Yes, yes. I'm gonna take a short break after this, go talk with the wife for a few minutes and see what we got to do prior to that. But I will be going live here shortly. I plan for it to be a pretty long stream. Because I want to get as many of those missing hours as needed to get to the 30. But we'll see how the night goes. Excited. We have test runs and possibility of pulling new characters.
Yes, and I will not be going live because I'm going to bed. So you're not seeing me on stream tonight, Jeremy. Bro, you need to stop going ghost on me. I know you've been playing a lot of video games lately. Hit me up, bro, and actually stick around for once. I'd love to talk to you, but not be streaming tonight. I will be streaming tomorrow. And of course, I would love y'all if y'all would help me out big time. If you were just try the link out down below, try the game out. It's free. It is a fun game, and in doing so, by hitting level 6, you support this and my channel. And as always, for those who do not know, I hope y'all have a good day. Hope you have a good night. As always, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye.
Bye. Bye 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 bye. 1, 2, 3.